evening, race fans. Welcome into round 4 of LSRL here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway in beautiful Fontana, California. Going to kick off a one-race West Coast swing here tonight for 100 laps with 4 sets of tires, 2 green-white checkers, and a 70% fuel capacity. And as always, thank you to TrackCams22.com for coming on board, and as well as the wonderful sponsors of the LSRL, Wilder Graphics, Butt Kicker, Grid Finder, Sim Speed Shop, for making all this possible. And as always, here with my co-commentator Art in the booth this evening.
Hello.
So we were here a couple of nights ago for the ENEA Winter Showdown. That was in the next gen car. Excuse me, that wasn't the Xfinity car. So we got a little bit of a preview of what to expect here tonight. What did you take away from that race?
Not a whole lot of good. I mean, there was a lot of green flag racing, but I highly doubt we'll see the same ending here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely should see these guys getting sprung out on restarts, easily going 3 and 4 wide. We're going to go ahead and get right into the on-track action as these drivers are finishing up their practice runs. And surprise, surprise, John Furnass on top of the board. Looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Be a very nice start to his season. After picking up wins at Chicagoland and Dover in spectacular fashion. Tonight, the stage caution will take place on lap 30, the one and only. As we saw last week at Dover, there were no other cautions. So, it'll be interesting to see what these drivers elect to do. Knowing that they have at least one guaranteed caution, how the strategy will play out if you go for the stage wins or you try and set yourself up for that last 70 lap run.
True.
The 82 machine has been a force.
One thing we'll have to be on the lookout that we saw a little bit in the ENEA showdown was if one driver is able to get out front and just kind of maintain. You could really see that being John Furnass, but with the tire saving, with how long they have to go, like, are we going to see that much fighting early on before that stage caution?
Yeah, absolutely. The tire fall off here is pretty big, so it can easily fall off about a second and a half based on the length of the fuel run. While we're finishing up practice here, got about 10 seconds before qualifying. Let's go ahead and show you the points as they come into tonight's event. Nope. There we go. John Furnass. Oh, alrighty. I caught it right as the session switched over to qualifying, but you can see he's got a 1-point lead over Randy Arms, 95 to 94. Josh Lambert, your Daytona winner, sitting in there, and then Jonathan Mazzella, a couple of runner-up finishes as well, all within 5 points of each other. So very close between the top 4. We so far have had 34 drivers take part in the first 3 rounds. Don't think we have any new faces tonight, just our regulars. So should be a good battle, should be pretty clean, and we expect a lot of green flag laps. So we'll go ahead and get right into qualifying. We're going to reload our overlay here. Glenn Murphy Jr. will be the first man to set a timed lap in that 48 machine. Don't tell me what to do. You aren't my dad. That is correct.
Did we tell them what to do?
I don't believe so.
Rebel, if you need a father figure, I could be one.
Excuse me, that was Tony Skirbo that's going to be the first to cross the line. Followed by Corey Blevins and Daniel Hashi. Glenn Murphy Jr., best of them all, 41.08. Immediately bested by Josh Lambert. Michael Davis crosses the line. He'll slot into the 4th position. Look at the margin there between Josh Lambert and Glenn Murphy Jr. 1/1000th of a second. Incredibly close.
Be a heck of a finish to a race, to be honest.
I would love to see that. 1/1000th of a second. Gene slots into the 12th position. Dylan Bird, 41.05, 21/100th of a second. Great lap from the number 4 machine.
Yeah, based on practice times, look like we might have 19 drivers here today.
Yeah, should have 19 guys gearing up, making the run for the race win. Jonathan Schwartz on his lap. These drivers have 2 minutes left to get their times in. Michael Jeans, you saw it there on the bottom of your screen, had a fantastic first sector, and he'll go to the top of the board by 9/1000ths of a second. See what the 58 machine can do here off of turn number 4. All the way down below the apron, completely legal here at a solid 2nd sector. He'll come up just 1/1000th short. 7/1000ths of a second separate our top 3. But we expect this man to be the man to beat until proven otherwise. The 82 of John Furnass. And see, he's gone quickest in the 1st sector.
Yeah, 2 wins on this season. Man, he is the man to beat at any track.
And he'll go into the 40s. Puts 1/10 of a second on the field.
When you're the man to beat, that's what you do.
Last man to set a time lap will be Adam Kilday. You saw him get very loose out of turn number 4. He'll come across the line with that snap out of turn number 4. Even that was his outline.
Did someone say Taco Bell car? I'm rooting for anyone that's running a Taco Bell car.
Don't believe Adam Kilday will have time to get in his 2nd lap. Qualifying is now over. John Furnass, your pole sitter here this evening. The only man to get into the 40s. He's looking to definitely hit that 3-peat.
Ryan Tiller is the Taco Bell car, number 23. My new favorite driver on track.
These drivers prepared to grid up. Like we're waiting on our front row, and then Corey Blevins down in the 7th position. Take the grid here this evening. Go see if we can get a quick word and see if we can spot John anywhere. Don't believe so. He usually comes in and hangs out with us after the fact. Done it the last 2 weeks. Made by none other than Wilder Graphics. So while these guys are gridding up, we'll go ahead and We'll let the wonderful sponsors, we'll go ahead and get them their recognition. But out of turn number 4, John Furnas going to lead us down into the Geico restart zone here for 100 laps, and we are green here at Auto Club.
How long do you think till someone tries to take it 3 wide?
And give it right up until the back straightaway. Would not surprise me in the slightest.
These are some big corners, a lot of room.
Absolutely, already side by side. For the race lead, Jonathan Schwartz, we saw him make a big move early at Dover last week. Looks like he's going to be doing the same thing. Round the outside, down the back straightaway. He's taking the lead away into turn number 3 for the first time. Going to use the same move he did at Dover. Powered around the outside. Got a great run down the back straightaway, and he'll be leading lap number 1 here. He got up 2 spots.
See if he can make up the tire saving, be able to keep this position.
We know he's got the short run speed. Just needs to get those tires to last to the end of the whole run. The Taco Bell car trying to pick up spots there on that inside. Glenn Murphy Jr. taking a peek under Dylan Bird as well. Things are very racy here all throughout this 19-car field. Side by side, Glenn Murphy Jr. and Dylan Bird. Michael Jeans there in the mix. These drivers are nearly approaching 200 miles an hour down into turn number 1. Jonathan Schwartz has a healthy Oh, got a car on the wall further back. That might have been Eric Shields. That was Joseph Murata in the number 5 machine. Got a piece of the wall out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Murata was dropping pretty hard there. Definitely don't want to be making contact early on. These cars do not like damage.
Yeah, they are very aero sensitive. Any damage would be a killer early on. That allowed Daniel Hashi to pick up a spot into the 14th position. As Glenn Murphy Jr. is looking to the inside here of John Furnas, trying to pick up that second spot away. But we've seen this back-to-back weeks. John Furnas content just kind of let everyone do their thing and race away. He would pick up the positions later on in the run, but Glenn Murphy Jr. powering down to the inside here. Looks like he's going to try and slide up in front of the 82. Not quite clear. They're 3 wide further back. Car in the wall. that was Casey Brown in the 88. Smacked the wall into turn number 4. Allows Eric Shields to get underneath as they head down into turn number 1. The joys of online racing. A little bit of connectivity issues there.
Glenn Murphy Jr. was able to make the pass, and now Dylan Bird is taking a peek to the inside of Furness.
Yep. Randy Arms are up in points. Only 1 point behind John Furness. He's taking a look side by side with the 26 machine of Josh Lambert. And then Corey Blevins trying to push Josh Lambert down the front straightaway.
That is a good-looking car from Arms.
And number
Still
8
weird
machine.
seeing Starry instead of Sierra Mist.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, though, when I saw it. You can see the 26 drove it really high there on entry. Look for the 13 machine to get a good run down the back straightaway.
A little bit here. Dylan Bird was able to get to the outside of John Furness, so he might be able to get the position running that high line.
We're side by side for 3rd, side by side for 5th. All the while, Jonathan Schwartz continues to have a healthy lead, but Glenn Murphy Jr. is trying to challenge, goes below that solid white line. They head off into turn number 1 at 200 miles an hour here on lap number 7.
26 of Josh Lambert really taking that high side. I think he wants the run out of the corner. He might send it 3. Oh, he had the run. He potentially had the shot there.
But all the way down to Leonard Frost, who's only 3.5 seconds. We're pretty much all nose to tail for the most part. Travis DeLeon's trying to take a peek on Wayne Ruprecht for the 17th position. Adam Kilday, though, your big mover, up 7 spots. Started 19th of 19th, and he's working his way up to the 12th position. So
another
solid
big mover. Sorry, Glenn Murphy Jr. up 4 and actually looking like trying to get on the inside of Schwartz.
Only gap down now to less than a car length as he drives it in deep to turn number 3, right up to the back bumper of the 58. Trying to bring Dylan Bird and Josh Lambert with them.
I was going to say Dylan Bird, Josh Lambert getting real close, and Glenn Murphy gets up under him. He really wants to be there, but Schwartz is blocking.
Gap now down to half a car length, but the 48 definitely going to stick his nose into turn number 1. Josh Lambert all the way up to the high side of the racetrack. I love Auto Club. You can see the multiple lanes coming into effect. It'll be like that all night long. This gap now between our top 2 back to a car length. Dylan Bird trying to take a peek on Glenn Murphy. Side by side for the 2nd position.
Thing is how they're both rocking bad news paint schemes. I have to assume that Lambert and Bird are teammates. You think Lambert tries to get around Bird if he has the opportunity to?
This early in the race, I'd say if your teammate's quicker than him, you let him go.
Hard to say who's really quicker right now. They both have great speed trying to battle and get themselves, 1-2.
Yeah. Running 2 entirely different lines, though. Same team. They're making that bottom and the top work very well. John Furness has dropped down to the 6th position. But still, only a second off the lead, so he's not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Interesting to see here. Michael Jeans also started in the 2nd position. He's down 8 spots.
Definitely be some tire saving going on.
Still cracking in the top 10. Looks like Corey Blevins gets to the inside of Josh Lambert down the back straightaway. He's going to go side by side into turn number 3. Got a Wayne Ruprecht fan in Shaddy side by side with Eric Shields, who has lost some progress in the last couple of laps. He's up top, battling away in the 17th position.
Corey Blevins lost a lot of momentum there trying to get around Josh Lambert, and that's brought Furness back into it.
As well as Randy Arms. Looking to the inside of the 13 machine.
Ever went anywhere.
No.
Seems like he's turned on a little gear that he was saving.
We're about 12 laps into it here. These drivers have fallen off about half a second from their previous lap, their best lap time of this race. Jonathan Schwartz has led every lap thus far. His best is a 41.6. His previous lap was a 42.1. So some definite fall off going on here. As we see these top three start to stretch it a little bit. But here comes John Furness back into the 4th position.
And Lambert took that high side to try and get the runoff, but it's really only keeping them side by side.
Down into turn number 3, we see the 82 machine. Drive it in deep into turn number 3. Looks like he's got half a car length now on the entire car ahead. Give him the 4th position as he's back up on the charge. Only 1.2 seconds behind our race leader.
And I don't believe Lambert's doing himself any favors with his tires.
Randy Arms, the next one to take a peek on the inside. He's going to get clear. Next up would be Corey Blevins. Let's see if he's going to try a crossover maneuver. Travis DeLeon's going side by side with Joseph Murata. Into turn number 3. Bottom line, looking like the place to be when you want to make a pass. Just drive it in deep and hope that it sticks. But you can see that the 5 machine had a really good run. Out of turn number 4, and he'll hold on to the position. The second pack being led by Daniel Hashi in the 13th position. Don't look now, John Furness has closed that gap down to 0.7 of a second. And he is charging as we are halfway through the first and only stage here this evening.
I don't believe Pinder actually made it to this race, sadly.
Yeah, Chris Pinder not
Leon,
here
though.
tonight. So, missing half a CMS here this evening. Glenn Murphy Jr. continuing to apply immense pressure to Jonathan Schwartz. This is great racing between our top 2.
Furness is starting to make his move on P3 right now.
We're side by side with Dylan Bird, using that low line exceptionally well.
Why are you going to say good? I thought you were supporting Pinder.
We'll see what happens down here in turn number 3. Randy Arms looks like he's going to go with John Furness, his championship rival. As the 82 gets clear out of turn number 4 to get around the number 4. He'll set his sights after our top 2, and it's looking like Glenn Murphy Jr. might have a nose in there. Not quite. He's tried that crossover a couple times down the front straightaway. This is a pretty good view, though, if you're John Furness, seeing the top 2 start to battle away at each other. You've saved your stuff, and now you can start to close in on that 0.8 of a second gap. Ryan Tiller, he's up 3 spots. Oh, actually gives a bump to Corey Blevins there, middle of turn 3 and 4. These guys are starting to get a little bit single file as these tires start to wear out. You can see now, John Furness closed in a gap.
I was going to say, you can see the damage done by like the tire fall off with Lambert already falling to P10.
It's he's the only man in the 43-second lap times in the top 10. You are supposed to go forward, Rough Ratch.
He's only lost 1 spot.
Yeah, but he has fallen off his second pack a little bit because he's treated his tires a little bit harsh. But he's going to be looking forward to that stage caution in about 12 laps. Look at Glenn Murphy Jr. all over the back bumper of Jonathan Schwartz. He's going to try and do a little crossover. He's got half of His car now the whole car below that first seam. This is the closest he's been off of turn number 2. Continues to try and find a way around Jonathan Schwartz.
He just doesn't have the momentum.
Up off the corner, yeah. Schwartz is placing his car perfectly. He's going to go down looking beneath the apron again. Nothing quite there for him. Now he's got a car length to his outside.
Oh, Glenn Murphy, he sends it.
He side by side. Could get the run here if he can keep that 58 pinch down. Looks like he's going to be able to do so.
What a move there.
And Glenn Murphy Jr. side by side down the back straightaway. Jonathan Schwartz trying to fight back.
Oh, they make contact.
Oh, and the 48's going to drift up the racetrack. You can see the scuff marked on the left side. That'll put John Furnass to second. And put Glenn Murphy Jr. down to 4th. Now the gap between first and second, 2 car lengths.
And that's just unfortunate. I went to look at it. It looks like Glenn Murphy wants to turn in before Schwartz does, so they just make contact.
Yeah, just simply 2 guys trying to go for the stage win here, but Furnass with a great run off that high side on turn number 2. And a great run down the back straightaway now pulls to the inside of Jonathan Schwartz. Drives it in deep into turn number 3 and takes the lead of the race away here on lap 21. Where have we heard that one before?
It's going to be pretty hard for these two to challenge back now that they've put, like, not only 20 laps of pressure on these tires, but that little bit of sliding through the corner from contact can just ruin your tires.
And now we see Randy Arms trying to come through here. Looks like he'll do so. Give that 3rd spot to Randy Arms, the Speed Zone Esports driver. Sits 2nd in our championship standings. Now Jonathan Schwartz is trying a new line. He saw how Furnass got a great run. So now he's moving up to the top side of the racetrack, trying to find some grip here.
What really doesn't help, what I mentioned earlier about these cars not liking damage. There is a big chunk of damage on that right front fender of Schwartz.
Definitely see it in this shot. Just a little bit. Looks like a little bit of a crack there on that 58. And then obviously the left side of the 48 has some nice skid marks, some battle scars, as Randy Arms now pulls to the inside of the 58 machine. As he continues his charge through the field, he's up 6 spots in that number 8 machine. 6 laps to go here in the stage. Does he have anything for John Furnass? He's got a comfortable 9/10 of a second lead once he cleared all the traffic. Further back, just outside the top 10, these guys are going for some stage points. It's being led by Josh Lambert and Corey Blevins.
Come on, Taco Bell car.
Currently the last car getting stage points is the Taco Bell car, the 23 Ford machine. He's trying to go side by side. Looks like he'll pick up the spot there on Blevins. Now sets off after Josh Lambert. Adam Kildate starting to close in on this group with all their battling. He still remains in that 12th position, but he's up 7 spots. Travis DeLeon slowly working his way through these guys up at the backside of this pack. He's up 5 spots.
Tony Scarbo, he's got to the outside of Blevins. I don't know if he'll have the momentum to get around out of the corner, but he's at least taking a look at it.
I tell you what, though, Randy Arms closing in on John Furnass here. He's gained a couple of tenths here. Now Jonathan Schwartz, with that right front damage that you mentioned, has now dropped back to the 5th position and going to be under pressure here from Michael Davis.
And with no fast repairs in these cars, it could be an extended stop at that stage caution to get it all repaired.
So we do have some strategy playing out here. Joseph Murata and Leonard Frost electing to come down before the stage and take 4 fresh tires. So definitely a strategy call here from the 5 and the 11 machine. They will go a lap down as a result. They will be able to take the wave round.
Glenn Murphy is falling.
Yeah, you talked about Michael Jeans, yeah.
I was gonna say, you talked about Michael Jeans falling. I think he was doing the same thing John was doing.
Your current top 3 all fell back early in that run. And now there are top 3 as we head towards stage here in 3 laps, 3.5 laps. The gap has now stabilized at half a second. Under Frost. Looks like to stay out of the way of the leaders.
As you were talking about Adam Kilday, he's caught up to the back of Corey Blevins. He can get around him and possibly go challenge for a top 10. I'm just really curious to see how far Schwartz falls down, if he might be in danger of falling into the top 10.
Yeah, that train to outside the top 10 is not that far behind. It's only a second behind him to 11th. Josh Lambert is actually stabilized. We saw him down into the 10th position, but he's worked his way back up to 8th. And Ryan Tiller, he needs 4 spots to prove his commitment to Taco Bell. Lambert actually able to get back around Schwartz.
And here comes the 23 Taco Bell machine of Ryan Tiller on the back of Schwartz.
We'll see what Corey Blevins does here, but actually Adam Kilday going to be the one pulling down to the inside to challenge. So we have 2 laps to go before the stage break.
See, yeah, Schwartz is about to lose 2 spots. He goes from challenging for stage win to potentially no stage points.
Tony Scarbo trying to make a move on him. Corey Blevins trying to fight back as well. John Furness has pulled back his advantage to 0.8 of a second. Our top 3 look relatively stable. You see a great run out of turn number 4 for Adam Kilday. Actually a little bit of a lift there. This is the last lap in stage number 1. Jonathan Schwartz trying to hold on to that 9th position. Tony Scarbo trying to pick up the pieces.
I saw a little bit of lift out of their lift there from Scarbo. I think they have momentum. I just don't know if they want to use it.
It is only for 1 stage point. Actually, out of turn number 4, Michael Davis thought about trying to get around Michael Jeans, but here comes Kilday on the high side. Out of turn number 4, looks like he's going to have the run and a caution.
Caution is out.
So Tony Scarbo will get that position.
I forget that it's when P1 crosses the line that the caution comes out.
Field is frozen when the leader gets there. Let's take a look here. Michael Davis is making a late charge there on Glenn Murphy Jr. He took that 4th spot away right as the leader was coming out of turn number 4.
Glenn Bird also got around him too, apparently. Or Dylan Bird. I don't know why I said Glenn.
YJ is median. Explain. That was a very good first stage, though. No major incidents to report.
I'm going to be really curious to see how long Schwartz is in the pits. How far back that's going to have him start. Because he's going to have to get all that damage repaired. It really got him, like, almost out top 10.
Jonathan Schwartz led about the first half of the stage. Finished 9th. Murphy Jr. was right in his tire tracks, finished 5th. And Joseph Murata is your lucky dog. And Leonard Frost going to stay out to take advantage of the wave around. As he came in before the stage. He'll go from 2 laps to 1 lap down as he had to come back in after serving his green flag pit stop. Actually looks like Randy Arms is your winner off of pit road. Great stop from the 8 gang.
Followed by Michael Jeans and Furness in 3rd.
We saw the 8 and the 08 make some solid gains right at the end of that stage, so we'll see if they have anything here with this track position. Jonathan Swartz, as you said, was fixing that damage, will come out in 15th. And Murphy Jr. also fixing damage, comes out in the 14th position. Casey Brown getting extended service. Adam Kilday up 10 spots from the 19th position. Gotta be happy with his night so far in the 14 machine. John Furnass is actually coming back in.
Curious.
That'll send him.
Could be a pit strategy thing.
As is Glenn Murphy Jr.
Potentially just get an extra lap or so of fuel.
With how clean this race is, there's no guarantee for another caution.
Yeah, just a splash and go.
If he's willingly going to pit out of the 3rd position, that's got to tell you he feels pretty happy with his race car. Daniel Hashey has cracked the top 10 for the first time tonight in that 32 machine.
Black gold racing plastered on it.
Reminds me of Dollar General, to be honest.
It really does.
Instead of BG, you know, thinking of DG there. But lights are out on top of the pace car. We are going back to green flag racing here. A 3rd of this race completed. Randy Arms up 7 spots will lead us back here. So we're going to take in the green flag on lap 34. Pace car will make the hard left-hand turn. And Randy Arms will enter the Geico restart zone and get us back underway here on lap number 34.
That's a big jump out of Randy Arms.
Cleared by almost 3 car lengths, heading down into turn number 1. Side by side for second. Give it to Michael Davis, who had a great restart on that inside line. We'll see what John Furnass is able to do further back.
There's Ryan Tiller. He's got his top 5. You just got to be able to
3 wide
that
further
way.
back. Wayne Rupprecht. The meat and the sandwich here. Glenn Murphy Jr. on the bottom. John Furnass up top. A little bit of right rear damage on that 71. The 82 backs out of it.
I would be very shocked to see him do too much early on. He gained all his ground late last time. Although maybe that was part of the strategy of them hitting the second. He's going to go burn his stuff up like on this first run, hit, and then try and run it out.
It definitely will be interesting to see here, though. But Daniel Hashey doing a nice job holding on to that 10th spot. Glenn Murphy Jr., though, we know he's not one to shy away. 3 wide. Casey Brown up top. Eric Shields in the middle. As Eric Shields gets a little loose out of turn number 4. Puts him under pressure from the 71. Takes a look to the inside. But John content to just hang out in that 17th position.
He's not really
push the race
forcing the
car.
issue.
Not at all. Joseph Murata, your lucky dog. And then Leonard Frost, the only man, 1 lap down.
All right, someone's got to save that in chat. And if I'm going to go look, if he's in voice chat somewhere, I'm going to go tell him.
If Ryan Tiller wins this race, he's getting $20 at Taco Bell. He's trying to take a peek inside of Dylan Bird for the 4th position. He goes side by side with Michael Jeans for 3rd. Oh, he got right up against the wall.
Went and told Ryan Tiller he sounds very motivated now.
But here we go. Michael Davis trying to lead here for the first time tonight. He's up 7 spots.
You know who's making moves back there? Ryan Tiller.
Double it. Give it to the next person. We got a $30 offer for Ryan Tiller to win this race. But Michael Davis will lead that lap. He's up 8 spots. 7 machine looking very racy.
Oh,
look at the 58 all the way up to the top of the racetrack. He is ripping the top. Looks to clear Michael Jeans here. And he'll do so and set off after Corey Blevins. Randy Arms takes the lead back immediately. And Dylan Bird comes to second as this top 7. Very racy. Ryan Tiller up to 3rd.
They really put Taco Bell money on the table, and he said, you know what?
We're going for
All
it.
Right. I've never wanted someone to win more in my life.
And Glenn Murphy Jr. kind of mired back in traffic in the 12th position. Travis DeLeon's gotten the hurry up here. Oh, and just as we say that, he's into the wall. Commentator's curse. Very real. Sorry, Travis.
I'm just saying, if Tiller's able to get up here and lead a lap or two, y'all got to give him like a consolation prize. Because he's definitely burning his stuff up. He's not going to be leading here.
Looked a little loose there, but he's side by side. Dylan Bird for 2nd. Corey Blevins making some moves after this restart.
That's going to be a tight race car for Tiller.
Kind of pinched down there on the bottom. And like the only man even thinking of going down to that bottom side on the back straightaway. All the drafting helps up top. The announcer curse is very real. Corey Blevins now trying to get that run through the middle lane.
Would to be fair.
That's what I like to see, though. Put it all on the line for Taco Bell. You see there, Schwartz. He's picked up a little bit of right side damage on his charge through the field.
Did he pick up right side damage, or is it still the same right side damage?
He's picked it up. He gets a great run off the top of the racetrack. Now he pulls to the bottom of Ryan Tiller.
I think Tiller might have given it everything he could. I think those tires are gone.
Something to note, though, here with the field spread, John Furnass is still in this 17th position, but he's given up about 7 seconds to the lead just because of, the natural order of how the field gets spread out. He's not pushing this car hard at all. Running several tenths of a second off of our leader's pace. As Dylan Bird challenges to the inside of Randy Arms. I will make it 40. You can make it all the money in the world. That grip's not coming back, at least for this run. But he's still holding on nice inside the top 5 at the moment, which will at least reaffirm his commitment to Taco Bell. Was the initial challenge. Joseph Murata starting to pick up spots here. Wayne Rupperach looking very competitive as compared to the first stint. He's up 4 spots into the 14th position with a nice run off of turn 4.
Dylan Bird with another peek on the inside of Arms.
Yeah, if you're leading and he has that clean air, the bottom's the place to be. But if you're trying to make a pass while that guy's in that second lane, he's going to pinch you down there. Not easy to get the run off the corner that you want. But if there's no one towards your outside, you can arc it to the wall and get that perfect run. might be able to do it here. Just maybe going to slide up in front of the 8. Thinks against it.
Going to the apron to try and get as much advantage as he can.
Corey Blevins going with Randy Arms. Drafting help on the top side of the racetrack. He's got half a car length ahead as he goes down into turn number 1. There goes Jonathan Schwartz all the way up to that top side. Very impressive.
Arms looking to do a little crossover. Arms is now on the inside.
Great racing between our leaders. Corey Blevins tries to pick a lane, see where he wants to go here. See the 8 starting to slide up though. Then the 4 gets tight mid-corner. Great onboard shot here from the cockpit of Corey Blevins. These guys are going after it. Our top 6 are within half a second of each other. And every single one of them almost is running in a different lane.
We were 3 wide technically there for the lead with Bird like to the outside of Arms.
But here comes Jonathan Schwartz up to the 3rd position. He is making really that top of the racetrack work. If we get a caution with 10 laps to go, he's my pick to win.
I might get Ryan Tiller. Like, there's money on the line for Ryan.
They've kind of pulled a nice half a second gap here on Michael Jeans. Well, let's see here. Down into turn number 1. Yeah, he goes all the way up to the top side of that racetrack. Really the only one that's gone that high. Look at the run he's about to get off of turn number 2 here. Pull down to the inside now. Have a nose ahead potentially as he heads into turn number 3.
He wasn't a nose ahead, but he was side by side. Get our first call out of pitting, but Leonard Frost is a lap down.
We saw him short pit in that first stage. I think he's going to do the same thing here. Something we saw in the Winter Showdown last week. These guys were having a heck of a time trying to get onto pit road. Haven't seen any of that in our limited green flag stops here this evening.
Kind of forgot about that. Forgot that we had very hard time getting onto pit road under green flag cycles.
But Adam Kilday, in this second stint, he restarted in the 10th position. Now he's fallen down to 18th.
It looks like he has some damage on the right front of that car.
Definitely could be fighting a tight race car in traffic. John Furnass is just now trying to get out of that 17th position. Goes to the inside of Eric Shields. But he is now 8.5 seconds back from our race lead. A very interesting strategy call here from the 82. Let's see how much longer he's willing to save. Daniel Hashi, Travis DeLeon. Some of these guys that have been on the charge. Michael Davis since the restart on lap 34. As the battle for the race lead has somewhat calmed down now, as Randy Arms has a half a second lead almost on Dylan Bird, but don't tell these guys back in 4th. They're going 3 wide here almost. Ryan Tiller tries to fight his way back inside the top 5.
I think Schwartz's tires have started to give out on him from running that high line.
Yeah, he was absolutely sending it. We saw he was fighting to stay inside the top 10 towards the end of stage number 1. Michael Davis taking a peek here. Michael Jeans trying to follow Michael. Michael and Michael show. Well, if you're Randy Arms, you love this. You got John Furnass 8.5 seconds back. We're 1 point behind him entering the race here tonight. So you're loving what you're seeing there. Michael Jeans now trying to work that high side of the racetrack. Jonathan Schwartz still trying to make it work. They're 3 wide off of turn number 2. Glenn Murphy Jr. has joined the party.
I thought that would have been a lot more dangerous from Schwartz. I thought his car was going to get loose out of 2, but...
Still 3 wide. Michael Jeans through the middle.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Bit of a self-clear there on Jonathan Schwartz. Ryan Tiller to 5th. Michael Jeans to 6th. Michael Davis has already worked his way up through that pack. And sets off after Corey Blevins.
And Jeans takes the spot from Tiller.
Michael Jeans starting to climb back up this field.
Taco Bell car is falling, and I am heartbroken.
Still hanging on tough in that 6th position. Here's Glenn Murphy Jr. Side by side.
Schwartz. Schwartz is taking that highlight. He really wants to make it work up there.
He is committed to it. But here comes Tony Scarbo and Daniel Hashey trying to join the party. We have 11 cars within 3 seconds of each other. Daniel Hashey's done a nice job hanging on to this pack.
Michael Davis trying to move up even farther forward as he's got the run on Blevins.
Side by side, he's bringing the other Michael with him. We saw Michael Davis challenging for the lead. Then he got kind of sawed up by the pack. Now he's charging back through. So we have almost 3rd to 11th, separated by 1.5 seconds roughly. Very tight racing here for Auto Club. Even further back, 17th and 18th going at it, nose to tail. Eric Shields and Adam Kildate.
Speaking of that far back, Furness has started to make his charge. He's up to P14, and he's closing, like he's got it down to like 8 seconds and closing to the leader.
He's slowly starting to close in. Definitely should be faster than the guys in front of him with as much as he was saving this run. But we'll see. As Jonathan Schwartz, the first man in. Not really that much of a surprise. We saw how hard he was ripping those tires, ripping the top. And he'll be the first man to start this cycle of green flag pit stops.
He's definitely fighting that car on pit road entrance, so we'll see if we get this green flag, like green flag cycle pit stops, you know, how everyone else does.
We'll see if anyone responds.
No, definitely, because Arms is coming in this time.
The race leader gonna respond here. This could open up the door for people that have saved their tires late in the race. We'll see. Number 8 machine. Solid entry for him. That'll give the lead of the race to Dylan Bird. It's Tony Scarbo and Daniel Hashey. All respond, as well as Travis DeLeon. So green flag pit stops kicked off on lap 54-55.
And surprisingly, I shouldn't say surprisingly, no problems on pit entry.
No issues at all. And here comes Jonathan Schwartz. He's going to come out right behind this Pat, which is not what he wanted to see. He's going to have to fight his way through traffic on fresh tires.
Come on, Ryan, do it for the Chalupas. And for this time.
Looks like the 23 is going to be coming in. The 4, the 13.
Come on, do it for the Taco Bell. Make it a spicy entrance.
These 55 miles an hour on pit road. Michael Davis takes over the lead of the race.
And there goes Schwartz, trying to navigate traffic right now.
Gonna unlap himself the hard way. There goes Randy Arms. You can see he's definitely closed the gap. Down to a 1.5 seconds between the 58 and the 8 machine. So short pitting definitely working out an advantage for 58. But obviously he'll start to suffer later in the run.
Gilday says he's coming in. So we'll just see these front 3. I guess I should say front 4. When they decide to pit, that'll be the, you know, potential race for the lead.
Right now it is to Randy Arms by 1.2 seconds. Adam Kilday, the only taker here on lap 57. look to be any takers here. Glenn Murphy Jr., John Furnass, some guys that have stayed out towards the back and saved their tires. Be interesting to see when they elect to pull the trigger.
I guess another question I ask is, can the drivers make it to the end from here?
With that 70% fuel load, I believe they'll be able to.
So I think this is what like that extra pit stop was for Furnass.
Absolutely. You can split the race into thirds here if you can get it to lap 66.
So maybe he's trying to, you know, make it one stop from here.
Absolutely. There's still nobody up at the front as we're 3 wide. Michael going for the race lead as cars on pressure tires attempt to unlap themselves.
That's just...
Tony Scarbo's next up to unlap himself in the 13th position.
Oh, Furnace is actually pitting in. He said it over text chat, so...
The 82 machine. Off of turn number 4. Looks like he's going to be pretty aggressive there on pit entrance.
Maybe he's not going to be able to make it to the end.
At 71, Wayne Ruppracht, Eric Shields take over. So our top 7 have yet to pit. 40 laps to go next time by.
Ryan Tiller with a heck of a run on those two. Those fresh tires putting in work right now.
And he's actually going to be battling with Tony Scarbo for position as well as unlapping himself. Playing it slightly cautious. Michael Davis gets passed by Glenn Murphy Jr.
What does a fuel run look like?
Looks roughly about 30 laps for these drivers. 30, 35 laps.
I really thought we would have seen Furnace try and push it, though.
He definitely saved his stuff. Michael Jeans is now comfortably ahead of Glenn Murphy Jr., 7/10 of a second as he continues to pace the field.
I mean, that really opens up the question, like, Furnace, he came down and pitted after everyone else the second time. So he definitely had fuel because Gene's still going, Glenn Murphy's still going. So I thought that was his strategy, but it is obviously not.
71 machines in, so that leaves our top 6. Still out on the racetrack.
Brown called it that he's pitting, so...
Yep, Glenn Murphy Jr., the last man in pit, was on lap 32 out of our top 6, so he can go longer than anyone, and he's in.
Yeah, but he's pitting. So I wonder what that extra pit call was about. He was definitely going.
He was definitely pretty conservative. We'll have to ask him post-race.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Yeah, but the difference in tire fall off roughly 1.5 to 2 seconds almost. So these top 3 have given up a lot of time, but they will have much fresher tires towards the end of this thing.
Because, yeah, right now I'm looking at Michael Jeans. He's, like, if you say 35 laps, he looks like he might be able to make it.
He's coming in this lap. Michael Davis and Josh Lambert going to be the last one we're waiting on. Green flag pit stops. He's going to get it to lap 64. He has definitely given himself a possibility here of making this be his last pit stop. Randy Arms will come around and be your net race leader once Josh Lambert pits. see there the 26. Off of turn number 4. Looks like he's going to go out another lap. He's definitely opening himself up here. We restarted on lap 34. He's gone 31 laps. Sounds like he's coasting that car into turn number 1. Now he's back on the power. See what he does here as he heads off into turn number 3. He's got 25 seconds on Randy Arms. We'll give that up. On the bottom side of the racetrack. Not saving any fuel here. And he'll be coming in this time by.
So he's definitely tried to make it for that, you know, one final stop. Make this his final stop, I should say.
Yeah, came in on lap 65, coming to 66. We got back going on lap 34, so it'll be pretty close. And if you're Glenn Murphy Jr., who put it on lap 32, you wonder why he didn't try and stretch it. Same thing with John Furnass. He finds himself 12 seconds behind our race leader here, Randy Arms. Josh Lambert will give up a top 10 position here, but he'll have much fresher tires than most of the guys he was racing with. Some of our winners here, Daniel Hashi, Tony Scarbo, picked up a couple of spots. Just as we say that, Daniel Hashi gets ambushed by Glenn Murphy Jr. and John Furnass in one corner. This race is now 2/3 complete. Randy Arms starts lap 67. No natural cautions. Just the one stage break on lap 30.
Naturally, the LSRL way.
Look at these guys here battling for the second position. Jonathan Schwartz, Dylan Bird, Corey Blevins.
Ryan Taylor needs to get up there real fast. They're fighting. Go get you some positions.
He's got 4 seconds.
Some Taco Bell.
But he's got holding on to that top 5 though. He's living Moss. It's Adam Kilday again starting to try to make his way back up. Saw him down in the 18th position before pit stops. Travis DeLeon finds himself in the mix of that battle, as does Wayne Ruppratch. Not for a position amongst the rest of those guys, but between themselves it definitely is. Dylan Bird looks to pull away, as these guys are 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, I think Schwartz might have used his stuff, or just the advantage of these guys waiting so long to pit. Is he really not winning this battle?
Corey
Not something you want to see.
Has 2 lap fresher tires.
I mean, even as, like, I know DeLeon's trying to get his laps back, but, like, right now, you don't want a lap car battling you when you're trying to potentially race for a win.
The progress to watch will be with Glenn Murphy Jr. See, he put it on lap 62. So he's got the freshest tires out of the top 7. It's 9 seconds back. We'll see how far he can make it up as Joseph Murata's in for his final pit stop of the night. Here on lap 69. Randy Arms has a comfortable 2.5 second lead over Dylan Bird. These guys really haven't settled out for what is 3rd. Got the 2 lap cars, and then Corey Blevins and Jonathan Schwartz still going at each other.
Gotta say, Glenn Murphy and John Furnass running about a second faster than Randy Arms at the moment.
The gap's now down to 8.5 for John Furnass as Glenn Murphy Jr. picks up another spot. Be interested to see what Josh Lambert can do, as he has the freshest tires in the field. He's trying to get around Casey Brown. But if you're Glenn Murphy Jr., you got to feel pretty comfortable. You got 3 lap fresher tires than John Furnass. And normally it's the other way around. Even with that damage. His last lap was a 42 flat. Last lap for Randy Arms, and clean air was a 42.6. He's all the way back up to the back bumper of Ryan Tiller to knock him out of the top 5 and just prove his love for Taco Bell, and that's truly heartbreaking.
Come on, Ryan.
Yeah, but normally what we've seen is John Furnass able to save his tires, pit later than everybody else, and have the fresher rubber at the end to chase everyone back down. But right now,
that's Glenn Murphy Jr.
Actually, Furnass is still gaining.
He's gaining a little bit, but he only gained, I believe, 4/10 that lap, while Murphy Jr. gained 6/10.
Glenn Murphy Jr. has the gap now under 7 seconds. 6.9. He has a little bit of clean air before he catches up to Jonathan Schwartz. 28 laps to go. There's plenty of time. At the current rate, he's catching them. He might have played his cards right. I think it was interesting, though. Randy Arms immediately responded to the pit stop of Jonathan Schwartz. But obviously Schwartz was burning his tires off, running really aggressively, so I feel like Randy Arms didn't have to pit from the lead. He was pretty much on clean air. But Schwartz forced him into an early pit stop, and that is definitely going to help out Glenn Murphy Jr. as he's now under 6 seconds, even with that left side damage. Here comes Michael Jeans on John Furnass with his fresher tires. Those guys that were able to stretch it.
I am heartbroken.
Michael Jeans has 1 lap fresher tires than Glenn Murphy, and he's only a second behind. Glenn Murphy Jr. up to 4th. No contest between him and Jonathan Schwartz. So he'll look to get around the lap car, Travis DeLeon. Gap now 5.5 seconds. We are approaching 25 laps to go. Just 0.8 of a lap quicker last lap than our race leader. And you have to imagine it's not a matter of if, but when he catches our race leader.
I still think it might be a matter of if. Because he's still got to get through 2 cars, not counting the lap car between them.
But he's under a second on Corey Blevins. He can draft up right to the back bumper of him. Michael Jeans is making a challenge as well, as he has one of the freshest tires in the field. Josh Lambert not able to make up as much progress with his fresher tires. Last lap for Glenn Murphy, a 42.1. Last lap for Randy Arms, a 42.9. Gap is 4 seconds and closing.
And the fact that Josh Lambert's running the same lap times as Glenn Murphy Jr. is doing him no favors for trying to potentially, unless everyone else does have to pit again.
Michael Davis, another one of those guys that stretch their tires. He's making a late charge. He gets around John Furnass and Jonathan Schwartz in one corner.
It's actually still 3-1 between Schwartz, Furnass, and DeLeon there.
Now, Glenn Murphy Jr. is back into the podium position. He's got a second to Dylan Bird. After that, he's got clean air to Randy Arms. It hasn't been challenged much as he's cutting his way up through the field.
And that time by, he was a half second faster.
He will catch him if he doesn't have to pit again. 71 there, Wayne Rupratch, pretty loose out of turn number 2.
And here's the 11 pitting for this time.
Yep, so these guys can't make it again. And they saw the hard charging of Glenn Murphy Jr. Now this is throwing another wrench into the mix.
It's better to act instead of be reactive.
Yeah, so now Dylan Bird is the aggressor here. I like to see it from him. Now the gap down to 3.5. We'll see if anyone elects to respond. If Randy Arms can come down and pit this time, then Glenn Murphy Jr. will have to respond. But because he's got Michael Jeans hard charged on him as well. If you're Michael Jeans, I think pitting this time by would be a very wise decision. Daniel Ashe is electing to do that as well.
Schwartz calling in, Tony Scarbo calling in.
So these guys elected to split these 70 laps roughly in half. Here comes Jonathan Schwartz. There's John Furnass again. But our top 6 elect to stay out.
Furnass did gain a lot of time that time. He even got around Schwartz. So him pitting kind of early this time. New strategy for him. See if it'll pay off in the long run.
Let's see what Dylan Bird's going to come out in some pretty heavy traffic. We'll see what he can do on those fresh tires. Randy Arms through 3 and 4. He's got 3 seconds.
And it's gonna. Blevins is gonna be coming in front of him. 23 is gonna be coming in.
Randy Arms in this lap. And here comes Glenn Murphy Jr. Hard charging on the pit road. He gained about half a second there. He's still trying to get it woed up. Whoa! 57 of Michael Davis was hard charging on the pit road as well. These guys know it's the money stop.
It was not below 55 on entrance, so we'll have to see if he was able to get it woed up before the line.
That'll give the lead of the race to Michael Jeans, who was actually the quickest man on track before these round of pit stops started.
And you know who else is up there? Josh Lambert.
Here comes Dylan Bird. This will be crucial if he can get through 3 and 4 cleanly. Glenn Murphy Jr., Corey Blevins, Randy Arms, all on pit road. The 8's leaving now. Can he catch him? This is going to be the race for the lead. I think Randy Arms will be able to hold on to it. Dylan Bird's going to gain a ton of positions here. Even past Glenn Murphy. But not to Randy Arms. Gap's going to be within 3 seconds.
He still has the momentum. But, yeah, Arms is up to speed.
Now he's got 2 lap older tires than Randy Arms, so a very nice job of fending off the hard charging drivers. Good. They run a 70% fuel load in the Xfinity cars. Now Randy Arms is looking like he's back in control of this thing. But we'll see if Josh Lambert has 28 seconds on him with 18 laps to go. If he is electing to try and stretch this thing. But if you're Michael Jeans, you've been on lap 63. You have 38 seconds. Do you elect to go into heavy fuel saving mode? Try and pull out the improbable win. See Glenn Murphy Jr. going to unlap himself, as is Corey Blevins, Michael Davis, Jonathan Schwartz.
Yeah, Furnass running what we would kind of consider a P3 behind Dylan Bird and Randy Arms, depending on what Shields, Casey Brown, Lambert, and Jeans do.
Here comes Casey Brown. Furnass, actually, on that last cycle was probably our biggest winner. Quickest man on the racetrack was Jonathan Schwartz. We know he's got the great short run speed. Two guys tonight have hit 200 miles an hour. It's our race leader, Michael Jeans. None other than John Furnass, as they're 3 wide behind him. Jonathan Schwartz goes to unlap himself. Michael Davis battling for position. Right now, it's the Randy Arms show. He's got the clean air. Got the fresh tires.
Ooh, John and Furnass. Real loose out of 2, trying to carry as much speed as possible.
If he wants to go make it 3 in a row, he's going to have to gain 4.5 seconds and get through Dylan Bird to do it. Dylan Bird has pretty much stayed right at that 2.3 second gap to Randy Arms. Corey Blevins, the quickest man on track last lap.
Yeah, Furness running the same lap time there as Randy Arms, Dylan Bird, a 10th faster than both of them. I think that is probably due to Furness tapping the wall. Or just
still on
real
board
loose.
here with Josh Lambert. See what he's got going on. Got 26 machine. Let's see if he's doing any lift and coast.
He's got to be.
He's got 23 seconds to Randy Arms with 15 laps to go. Oh, and he's shutting the race car off. He's going to try and make it. He's running a second and a half slower, though. So at some point, he's going to have to pick it up. He's taking the shortest way around the racetrack. But he's going for it. I admire the strategy call, and yep, he's definitely going for it. See if Michael Jeans is just hoping for a late race caution. We'll see if he's doing anything. He pitted 2 laps before Josh Lambert. No fuel saving there. He's just trying to get everything he can out of it. So Eric Shields comes in for his final stop, as does Wayne Ruprecht.
I mean, those guys might be a second and a half faster than Josh Lambert, but 14 to go, 15 to go, and he's 20 seconds ahead. A second and a half is not enough.
Especially if he's told by his crew chief that he's good to go and he picks it up and can get that gap down to a second a lap, he could very easily win this race. We'll see how long he likes to continue saving fuel for. If he can just pick up the pace slightly, he's got a great shot to win this thing. He's got a 20-second advantage. As Michael Jeans is in. Wasn't going to be able to save the fuel. That'll give the lead of the race to Josh Lambert. He's going to be in the draft here. That'll help.
I gotta say, at this point, it's all or nothing. If you start to run out of fuel, you let it run out.
You've committed to this strategy.
Yeah.
If you pit now, you're looking at maybe 14th or 15th. You got 13 laps to go and 18 and a half seconds.
This potentially remind you of any situation? Any race with, a certain 88 car leading?
I don't really want to talk about it. It's happened more than once, too, is the sad part. John Furness closing in on Dylan Bird. He's got the gap under a second. Still holding strong is Randy Arms. He got 4 seconds to Furness, 1 and 3 seconds to Dylan Bird. Ryan Tiller sitting in the 10th position, kind of all on his lonesome self, wondering when he can leave and go to Taco Bell. Glenn Murphy Jr. trying to put pressure on. So we have 11 laps to go. Gap is down to 16 seconds.
And these three fighting for 4th place right now, and potentially 3rd, Furness, Murphy Jr., and Blevins. Murphy Jr. looking on the inside of Furness.
Let's take a look here, though. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.3. That lap was 1.1, so the gap is starting to close, though. If he could maintain that 1.1 second, get it down to maybe a second, he could very easily win this race if he's got the fuel. Josh Lambert trying to pull off a stunner here. Going below the apron, taking the shortest way around the racetrack. We'll see if he's still having to lift. He's running a good line right now, got 14.7 seconds. And realistically...
Arms is actually picking up the pace. We're in a 41.9, so that's 1.3 faster.
As these guys continue to battle further back, though. Yeah, it's either going to be Josh Lambert or Randy Arms, I imagine, without a caution. As hard as these guys are going back here, we could feasibly get a caution.
We get a caution, I'm crying.
But here's the thing, Josh Lambert, if he doesn't win, he's put himself in a decent position to maybe even get a second place because there's still another 5 seconds to Dylan Bird, or 3 seconds to Dylan Bird. So if he can save enough fuel, he's going to get a top 5. He might not win, but he's definitely put himself in a nice situation. If he can save the fuel. If he runs out of fuel, it's all a moot point.
Although we are side by side for P3 right now. Furness taking this spot away from Bird.
And Murphy Jr. trying to follow him through. As he's got the freshest tires out of this battle. And he's side by side with John Furness. Now they've made no progress towards Randy Arms. It's sitting at exactly 4 seconds. And the gap to him and Josh Lambert is 12.7.
Murphy Jr. takes that spot and makes it his own right now.
As last lap, the gap was 0.9 of a second. And you gotta think the odds for Josh Lambert are picking up here. There's going to be 7 laps to go, and the gap is 12.5 seconds. He can actually start to back it down a little bit more and save some more fuel. Obviously, he doesn't know. He might be looking at it, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's still coasting, though. He's not in the good yet. This could be an absolute stunner. Last lap, it was even 0.9 again. It's not enough.
Yeah, Randy Arms does not have the stuff to put down burners.
He's running in clean air. So is the 26. If you're Randy Arms, you got to give it everything it's got. You got to be running qualifying laps every single lap. We have 6 laps to go. And he crosses the line this time by. He's still shutting it off. Lap 94, what's the difference going to be? It's 10.5. It was 1.1 almost. Needs to do that every lap from here on out and then some. He's got the he's got the fresher tires if he can get there.
I don't think he's going to have it. It's 5 laps. He needs to be putting 2 seconds a lap now.
This is an incredible strategy call. He's still not in the good, though. He's still having to shut it off. There's 5 laps to go. And he's actually picking up the pace, 1.3 that lap. Lambert's going into heavy fuel-saving mode. He's going to pick up easily a second on this lap. As he's starting to save further and further, almost through the entire corner. Going to be 4 laps to go. They're still going side by side for 4th.
I would love to see what his
he's going to pick up some draft here. From the 14 of Adam
Kilday. Away.
8 seconds exactly. It was 1.4. Randy Arms picked up some draft down there, down the front straightaway. He's still having to coast. But there's going to be 3 laps to go. It's 7.3. 7.2.
Only half a straightaway away. Oh my lord.
This is incredible. We're getting our first fuel mileage race. Live on YJ Media. He's still shutting the car off. He's not in the good yet. 1.4 last lap. 1.1 this lap, so he's picked it back up. He's almost running in the 44s. He's still shutting it off. He's not there yet. At this
Arms is
point,
gonna get a Arms is gonna get a little more draft help this time.
I don't think he's catching him. I think it's more if Josh Lambert runs out of fuel. 2 laps to go. A little bit of a lift there. Oh, he's in heavy fuel saving mode. He ran a 44. He's still shutting the car off. 5.4, 5.3, 5.2. Still only 1.1 though. He's going to be coming to the white flag. He can pretty much pick it up, back it up as much as he wants. He has going to have 4 seconds of fuel saving on this last lap. He's still shutting the car off. It's 3.5 seconds. Randy Arms can see him. It's 2.5 seconds.
He's taking the white flag. It's official. Does he make it?
He was 3.1 seconds slower. He's got to get on the hurry up. It's 1.5 seconds. Randy Arms is closing late. Josh Lambert is out of fuel. He's out of fuel on the last lap of the race. He gave up 3 seconds and it wasn't enough. Randy Arms is going to win this race. And a heartbreaker for Josh Lambert. He gave it absolutely everything. Andy Arms, second in points coming into tonight, is going to leave with the championship lead. He's the winner of the Auto Club 100. What an amazing race. And Josh Lambert's not even going to...
Michael Jeans.
And Josh Lambert's not even going to finish the race, I don't think.
I think he is. He's still rolling.
He's currently going 47. That'll give a top 10 to Tony Scarbo. Daniel Hash is going to get a career best.
God, I hope Josh Lambert's in voice.
And he is crawling at 38 miles an hour.
He's going to get there.
He's going to be the last car on the lead lap in 13th.
Oh my.
If he would have made it one more lap, he would have won the race. If he would have put it on lap 66, he would have had it. He put it on 65.
Well,
but here he comes to take the checkered flag, 13th position.
What a finish.
What a race. Randy Arms, your race winner. And that was just an absolute pleasure to call. We'll let him do his burnouts. Michael Jeans and Glenn Murphy Jr. podium finishers. John Furnass with a surprising 4th place finish.
Where'd the Taco Bell car finish? 9th place.
9th place. Your biggest mover was your race winner, Randy Arms. First win of the season. Adam Kilday up 5. Daniel Hashay up 3. Ryan Tiller up 3. Travis DeLeon up 4. Just an absolutely fantastic race. No cautions again.
Let me know when you want Arms in the booth.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get him up here. Here with Randy Arms, your race winner. And for the longest time, he looked in control of this race, and then it came down to fuel strategy, fuel mileage there at the end, and you were chasing after Josh Lambert for everything that it was worth. You weren't going to catch him, but he ran out of fuel on the last lap heading into turn number 1, and you come away with your first victory of the season.
Yeah, I was actually kind of worried there. I didn't think anyone could make it, but then I kept watching him. I was like, oh no, I think he might. And when he was going down the front stretch there, when we took the white, I was like, oh, he's going pretty slow. So I was like, I think he's finally running out. But yeah, had a good night. The car was fast. Had, I said good speed on, even on the longer runs. So just played the strategy right and was able to bring home the win.
Absolutely. Came in 1 point behind John Furnass for the race, or for the championship, and you're going to control of the championship as we head into next week. So obviously a fantastic night for you all around. And before we let you go, we'll just let you get any shout outs or anyone you want to say hi to for the broadcast.
Yeah, just want to say thanks to our new sponsor this week, Story. Thank or say Ford Performance. Or say all of our teammates. We all say worked well together here tonight, and I think most of us had some pretty good finishes. Then just thank or say everyone, or say all the admins for putting on or say these races each week. We got a pretty good field this year. Got some real fast guys in here, so hopefully they or say we can keep it up and put on some good races. Or say and then thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. You guys kind of came on or say last minute, and or say we appreciate it, and hope or say hope you guys stick around for.
Yeah, with as much fun as these races have been, we're definitely here for the long haul. Y'all are putting on a show each and every week, but congratulations again to Randy Arms in the 8 machine on the victory here this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Go ahead and get Michael Jeans in here. Yeah, I'm here with Michael Jeans, your second place finisher. Car looked very quick on the long runs here tonight, had some very good tire conservation, and definitely looked quick throughout the night, and came home just 3 seconds off the victory tonight here in the second position. Oh.
Yeah, thanks. Just strategy worked out for me. It's not exactly where I was hoping to end up with what I did, but it was fun. I'm glad to finally get up on the podium here at LSR.
Yeah, absolutely. Car looked very quick. Had some fantastic battles, pretty much in the top 5 all night. Very good racecraft, and you just put on a very good performance that looks to build momentum throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I like these clean races, long green flag runs. It's always fun, and then having to be able, especially with the track like this, having to be able to do so many different strategies, because it was like everybody was pitting on different laps and everybody was doing different things. So it makes it a lot of fun. You don't ever know how it's going to end up. Like I said, I was in Discord with Josh, and I knew he was trying to stretch it, and he didn't quite make it. So I was hoping for him until I got when I got past Glenn, and I'm like, I was telling Josh, I was like, just keep saving, you do good. And then I got past Glenn, and I was in third. I was like, I hope you run out.
Yeah, we were rooting for him for the longest time. It looked like he was going to pull off a stunner there, but yeah, came up 3/4 of a lap short. But it was a heck of an effort. The strategies were fantastic from you guys tonight. And before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
Of course, everybody at Elliott Sadler Esports for putting up with me and getting to do all this for so long. It's been great. Pay to win setups. They always hook me up with really good setups to run during the week in my official races, and my sweetheart, Miss Leslie, she's watching tonight for her first real getting to see me do an interview and everything. So
Well, awesome. I hope
glad to have her here.
Yeah, I hope she had a good time watching. You look good out there on track for her. So yeah, solid night for you overall, and congratulations on the second place.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Let's go ahead and let's go snag Glenn Murphy Jr., our third place finisher here this evening. But here with Glenn Murphy Jr., the 48 machine, he was challenging Jonathan Schwartz for the first 20 laps of the race. Could not separate him, battling for the race lead. Fell back right at the end of that first stage, though, but picked up right where he left off in the second stage. Very competitive all night long. Was running inside the top 6 or 7, had some great battles, and was able to come home in the third position tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. I just at the first run, I was almost ran out of fuel. I thought we were going to be able to make it pretty easily, and I looked down 5 to go and realized I was short, so I had to start backing it up. But yeah, other than that, it kind of got me behind because I ended up I had a little bit of damage from the contact with Schwartz, so I had to fix, and then it's just kind of set me behind the rest of the race. So other than that, it was good, fun, clean racing.
Yeah, absolutely. But definitely look quick on those long runs. Been up front at Dover last week too. Definitely showing that you have the long run speed and the tire conservation strategy to go pretty far here.
Yeah, it's just been good to get back in the car, man. It's like I said last week, I've been out for so long and kind of forgot how much fun it was. So I don't know how many races I'm going to be able to run this year, but the ones I get out here and run, try to make the most of and have as much fun as I possibly can.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out, say hi to for the broadcast?
Yeah, big congrats to Randy winning the race, man. I've raced with him for a long time, and we had some good runs over at AMS, just as teammates. And Randy's always been so good with the strategy, and a lot of the success that I had in that league was due to him and helping out the strategy. So it's cool that he's finally kind of keeping that to a secret to himself and bringing home W's.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on the third place here this evening, Glenn.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys putting this on, man. That's what makes the league what it is. So I'll talk to you guys next week.
Hopefully. All right. So we're just going to go down. We're just going to go find out Josh Lambert. Here with Josh Lambert, who finished 13th. Not what he deserved at all. He was going for the fuel mileage play, pitted on lap 65. Lap 66 would have given him the victory here this evening. But he gave it absolutely everything and came up just roughly 3/4 of a lap short. And it was a truly heartbreaking thing to witness. But I respect the play, man. The strategy call was awesome, and it looked for the longest time like you were going to pull it off. But came up just that little bit short here tonight.
Oh, is he not going to be
here? No.
This is why you need to ask if they're here before you go on your long spiel.
That's true. We'll hopefully come back to him in a minute. But let's go talk to Daniel Hashey. He's always ready to give us an interview. Here with Daniel Hashey, career best finish in the league of 12th place, was running up inside the top 10 tonight for the first time. Looked very good and, again, kept his car clean and came home with a 12th place finish here this evening.
Oh, that was great. This is so fun. First of all, props to the league admins with the race with so many strategies. I was so surprised. So I know you just tried to talk with Josh Lambert. He's a god. He's a god in fuel saving. He was so close to win the race, and when I was talking to the Black Hole Racing guys, I was so sure that this wasn't possible. And then I see him making the first piece for post the first stage, and thought maybe this is possible. I don't know how, but it was close, man. He made a hell of a show. I'm sure I need to see this stream again. And congrats to Randy. He made a great race too, and also thank you for him. He made a server yesterday for us to practice. So I never did this race before in Xfinity cars. So I like the circuit because I won a race in a Brazilian league in the Dallara IR18 car. So I really love this circuit, but never did it before in an Xfinity race.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. A lot of places to pass, and it led for, again, 2 weeks in a row. No actual cautions besides the stage. So y'all put on another good show here this evening.
Great. And again, props to you guys. YJ Media always making an entertaining broadcast. I love it to watch the last week one again, and we watch this one today because I need, especially the last lap, I need to see. But I have a question for you guys. I have a question.
Okay.
Is this the best finishing position by a Brazilian driver in LSRL Xfinity history?
I'd have to say so, yes.
Great. This is great. I'll make this cut on Instagram.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations tonight on a solid finish, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Great, guys. See you next week.
Yep. Oh, let's see here. Who are we going?
I'm going.
Ryan Tiller, you got a copy?
Heck yeah. How you doing?
Pretty good. I got my co-commentator Art here. He's a big Taco Bell fan, so I feel like I should let him do the interview for once.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, I legitimately got paid when we did a 24-hour of Martinsville race. $20 in Taco Bell to get back in the car and do the final stint. So I understand the desire to race for Taco Bell.
Man, you know, when somebody mentions Taco Bell and I get the thought of like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Definitely goes through what would I do for a chalupa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I very much do. Yeah.
I hopped up on the wheel and tried to get it going. I wasn't trying to force it so bad where I was bumping into people and making the run bad, but I quickly hurt my tires too fast, so
It
decided to
definitely
back her
looked
down.
that way. I was trying to get them to, like, if you got up and you led a lap, they would still like honor a little bit of the deal, but it like the tire fall off definitely got you.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were vouching for you, but it was Rams 121. Come on, Ryan, it's for the godsend known as Taco Bell. I was offering money and all that, so it was it was very good. We mentioned it. Art came down and talked to you mid race about the Taco Bell, and then we just saw a man possessed in the car. It was pretty fun to watch.
Oh heck yeah, I felt it. Funny story, Randy knows where I'm going with this. That is my little brother, and I feel like anytime he should just buy me Taco Bell regardless because of the sibling duty, I feel
Right.
like.
It's
So
the younger brother tax.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, exactly. Just like he gets the terrible controller on the as the second place person, he gets to
Man
buy
got
me
the
Taco Bell.
Mad Cat controller.
I love it. Very nice. But drove a good race though. You look quick. Just a tire fall off there, but
Uh,
overall a very good race for you.
yeah, I feel very comfortable at Auto Club, especially compared to Dover last week. I mean, two completely different tracks, obviously. We were hooked up great in the second run. Like I said, I ran the tires off of it a little bit too much. I was trying to get out front and probably not drive away. But coming in to grab 4 fresh tortillas on the car, fill it up with some Baja Blast, and I just took it too slow. I'm gonna credit the pit stop entry into my downfall, but brought it home ninth place, so definitely like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Your younger brother said, "Ha ha, you said duty," so you got that to
Yeah,
you rubbed off
we're
on
all
him well.
children at heart.
Yes, there you go. Um, I love it. But drove a great race and did it for Taco Bell, so even better.
I appreciate
Yep.
it. We'll have this car scheme back on
Love it.
a couple more times this season.
I love it. Casey Brown, you there? You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Well, you drove a pretty good race as well, pretty consistent in and around the top 10 all night. Kept the car clean and came home with an 11th place finish, so not a bad effort from you tonight.
No, pretty happy with it. Yeah, just try to keep it clean. A whole lot better than Dover. Didn't wreck any teammates, of course, like I did a couple weeks ago, actually. So yeah, I'm just happy to bring it home. Still trying to get used to this car, and yeah, just glad to bring it home.
Yeah, absolutely. Kept the car in one piece, and obviously the guys at the shop will be pretty happy for that. So, solid job tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, congrats again, Randy, on the win, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yep, we'll see.
Yep. That was a fantastic race.
It really was.
They were battling every which way, top to bottom, first to 19th, fuel mileage. Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
again, another LSRL race gone green the entire way.
Yeah, flag to flag, had a stage break. They're doing it for the strategy purposes, and I can safely say that strategy was on full force tonight. So well done to the LSRL admin team for coming up with these schedules and these stage breaks. It is making for some very, very good racing. But yeah, a 10 out of 10 race here from Auto Club. We'll be back Friday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rod Car Truck Tour at Talladega. And then next Monday night for the round of 8 finale for ENEA, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Kentucky. And then back here next Tuesday night, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be live from Kansas Speedway for 100 laps of on-track action. So don't miss a second of it. Click that follow button to see action from all 3 of these leagues. And we look forward to seeing you Friday night. Y'all take care.